and it's Motorola. Something that I haven't really talked about much, but this one kind of made me laugh because in a world right now where we're talking about cheaper phones, this article from Droid Life is saying that the Motorola Edge Plus will cost $1,000 at Verizon. Um, for you guys who don't know already, I am not the biggest fan of Verizon because I don't like a lot of their proprietary stuff. I don't like them slapping their logo on every phone that comes like in their vicinity. I don't like the bloatware that they put on carrier locked phones, except for Apple, because Apple has so much power that they won't let anyone do that to them. But yeah, here are the specs. So I haven't gone through this yet. Looks like a great phone with like no bezel, just a punch hole here, and then thin bezels on the top and bottom. Motorola will announce, but am I excited for it? No, I'm not. It's a carrier locked phone. It's $1,000. There's not much for me to like about it. Motorola will announce the Edge Plus tomorrow, their first flagship phone in a couple of years. I love how this is their first flagship phone, but it's going to be carrier locked, so you can only get it on Verizon. Like, no, no, thank you, no, thank you. I'll pass. That will try and compete directly with the big players like Samsung. See, now I think a lot of people are trying to go to this trend where the $1,000 phone is it's the thing. But now that iPhone has decided to release their iPhone SE, it's going to bring some of these players back down, right? And now we're going to have some big players playing the $400 phone game. And I love that. That makes me really excited. The phone will apparently spare no expense with their top tier specs and a $1,000 price tag, at least according to a blog post that went up a day early that has since been pulled. The new Motorola Edge Plus will sport a 6.7-inch OLED display with a FHD 1080p resolution and 90 hertz refresh rate. If you're going all out, where's the Quad HD? Why are we doing an FHD here? Um, that's weird. Why would you also call it, you know, will, will apparently spare no expense with top tier specs? It's not a Quad HD display. Who's going to pay $1,000 for FHD right now? When you compare it to other phones at that price point, it has substantial quote edge to it. And yeah, this is the stuff that a lot of people complain about, yours truly included, because I don't like screens that curve that way because of accidental touches, something that I have always had an issue with curved displays that curve that much. And this one is like curving like crazy, I think, to the very end here. I feel like people have started to sour. Well, hold on. So hopefully you like curved displays, something I feel like people have started to sour on in recent years. Motorola is behind the game. They're behind the game. What are they doing? Motorola has added software features to the Edge to hopefully make it more usable, though. You will be able to tap on it to bring up app shortcuts and show off some sort of virtual buttons in supported games. No, thank you. Motorola is even going to let you disable the edges of the display if you want to only use the flat top part. That's interesting. Okay, I like that. That's neat. I still won't buy it because it's carrier locked, but that's a neat feature. Here I am talking about companies that need to like that technology is important, innovation is important, but yeah, it's hard for me to I have to hate on those curved displays because I haven't used one that I have had a good experience with. Not one that I haven't had accidental touches for, but it's nice that you can turn that part off. But imagine breaking that display. Let's talk about that. Imagine you buy this Motorola Edge phone for $1,000 and imagine you break that display. Can you imagine how much that's going to cost to fix? That will be crazy to fix. I bet you that will be super expensive to fix a display like that curves that way, because it's not, it's not a known thing to use. It's not something that's going to be expensive. Okay. You'll also find 256 gigs of UFS 3.0. Why not 3.1? 12 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM, a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So yes, very high end specs with sort of fast wired, 18-watt wired, 15-watt wireless charging, a Snapdragon 865 processor, stereo speakers, Bluetooth 5.1. It comes with a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack and a triple rear camera. As for that camera, we're looking at a 108 megapixel main camera. It's a f1.8 aperture with optical image stabilization that will use pixel binning to produce smaller 27 megapixel images. Again, all of this technical jargon really it has no relevance to me until I can test the camera out and really see how they perform. You can throw this shit at me all day. You can say it has this and it has that. No, let me test the camera and like let's see really what it's capable of. That main sensor is accompanied by a 16 megapixel ultra wide, 117-degree field of view, and 8 megapixel telephoto lens or telephoto lenses. The front camera produces 25 megapixel images. The Motorola Edge Plus can record up to 6K video too. So very high end specs for, again, a phone like this, but you're talking $1,000. You're talking carrier locked on Verizon. On a software front, the Edge Plus runs Android 10 and is only guaranteed. Do you see this? On a software front, the Edge Plus runs Android 10 and is only guaranteed to see one major update to Android 11. One major update, that's all it gets. You're paying $1,000 and you get one major update. Who is going to buy this phone? Who is buying this phone? Why? Why is this a thing? I mean, the guy even says good grief. He's trying to be nice about it. Good grief. No, this is, do not spend your money on this phone. I will tell you right now, do not waste $1,000 on this phone. According to that poorly timed post that I'm assuming was under embargo for tomorrow, Verizon has landed an exclusive on the Motorola Edge Plus. That's great, Verizon. You can have that exclusive because nobody is going to buy that. Nobody's going to buy that. That's not surprising since Motorola foolishly does this so often with Verizon. Ahem, Razer. Why Motorola? Why are you putting yourself in this like weird corner where nobody's gonna remember who you are when you do shit like this? Am I crazy? Should I work for Motorola and be like, hey guys, how about making some unlocked phones? How about making some like really good phones like you used to make? What happened to you guys? Like, did Google take your soul away when they bought you out and spit you out to Lenovo? What happened? Who is making these decisions here? I mean, what is going on? As noted above, the price is $1,000 if you buy it without a contract, or 41 or $41.67 a month over 24 months. Um, $41.67 a month for this phone for 24 months. Do not buy this phone, guys. Don't spend your money on this phone. Don't do a stupid 2-year plan over this. This is so dumb. There are no plans for an unlocked model. Of course there isn't. There's no way it's Verizon or bust. That's what it says here. Since this is on Verizon and we're in 2020, the Edge Plus will support 5G and Big Red's 5G millimeter wave. Both companies will tell us tomorrow that it will be the fastest 5G phone on the market with speeds up to 4 gigabits per second. That's cool and all, but you would need to find a 5G millimeter wave city and block in order for that to happen. The chances there are well slim. $1,000, folks. You buying? No, nobody's buying this. This is a ridiculous phone at a ridiculous price under a ridiculous carrier, and it's probably going to have awful bloatware. And no, don't waste your money. This is, I don't know what happened here. Jesus Christ. I have no idea. That's such a weird thing to, I didn't expect to read all that in there.